Hey family, it's Jarrell Crew with That Gun Talk here in Lebanon, PA. Listen, we're here celebrating our Juneteenth event. This is an amazing, wonderful day that we're having, and it's about bringing forth the community and people in the community to come out and learn about firearm safety. This is a family fun day. Okay, and it's great to have sponsors here with us like the USCCA, like Gun Owners of America, like Car Firearms. Listen, if you're not here, you should be here. Listen, our podcast. I think this is the first podcast we've ever done on a live range. So we're just so happy to be here and be a part of this celebration. Come out and celebrate with us. We're going to do a lot today. We're going to do a lot of that. We have many classes going on, Stop the Bleed classes, children classes, women classes, new shooter classes, and this range is set up out here. You see how wonderful this range is out here? We got it all set up for you. So the mission today is to actually, one, be safe, two, educate, and three, have fun. So that's what we're here to do today.
Dope, dope. All right, so Jarrell, why do you think gun safety, or I guess tactical safety, stuff like that, why do you think that's important in general?
You just look at the statistics, you look at what you see on television, what's going on in the community. It's a big issue. Yes, we know people own firearms, but you got to learn and understand the safety and respect the tools. So, when you learn to respect something, you have a sense of greater commitment to that. So our thing is being safe, understanding what you can and can't do. That's what's going to be the most important thing. So I'm glad to educate our people on those things.
Right.
Right.
How do you think this will, it affects the community now, but, given it, a 20-year or 50-year sort of like long-term view, how do you think taking these steps today affects the community 20, 30, 40 years from now?
So I thank you for asking that question. I also believe that this will help to empower that future generation by educating and training them on the right things. No longer are we doing things on the side. We're going to do the right things. So I think this is going to really empower the future generation. If we can catch them while they're young now and train them the right way and give them a healthy respect for the firearm, I think the future generation is going to be in good hands.
All right. Well, what do you think? What are any misconceptions that people who are at one point against, or just not comfortable with the concept of like learning firearms? What do you think some of the misconceptions are that can hold people back from getting into this type of training?
Simple fact. People believe that, guns are bad. The gun doesn't just jump off the table and shoot people. It takes someone to do that. So I guess because the way the firearm's been used in the community so much, it strikes fear on the people.
Right.
But when you're responsible, a gun owner, and when you understand gun safety and education, it kind of takes that fear away. So the misconception is that guns are bad when guns are not bad.
Right.
Right. Guns have always been in our culture. Always.
Right, right. Yep. All right, so what we got going on here today? You got different events. I guess is this and this isn't the first time you're doing this, right? This is your third year
So
doing
this
this?
is our third year doing our Juneteenth celebration. The first two events were at Relic Hunter gun store up in Copley, PA, which is awesome. Gerard, thank you guys so much. Today we're here out in Lebanon, PA, at the gun range out here, and we want to get out and open today. Instead of being inside for this time, we want to bring it out to the open, so we're going to have like plenty of classes today for the family. This is all based around family.
Right, right.
And our Juneteenth, celebrating our freedom, or freedom-ish.
Right. I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you said.
Right.
Freedom
So
is.
a lot of classes going today. Many Stop the Bleed, women's classes, children classes.
Okay.
All those things. New shooter classes. Yeah.
Dope. Let me ask you this, sort of like an offshoot question. Being as though you're a trainer, right?
Yes.
You train people in firearms and different things like that.
Yes.
Who would you love to have, past or present, or a historical figure to spend a day with training, shooting guns like that? Who would that person be from history?
Wow. I'm going to say my man, Bass Reeves.
Okay.
Let's take it to Bass Reeves.
Do you know why? Any particular reason?
He was one of the baddest cowboys out there.
Got you.
Right? And he had mad respect in the community.
That'd be dope.
So, Bass Reeves.
Right. That'd be dope. We'll do a few more questions and that'll be it.
Yes, sir.
Right. Where do you see that gun talk going? Like, obviously we know how it's going to affect the community, but like, are you thinking of having different branches? Are you thinking of like not franchising, but like, what do you see this your business growing, or like this brand, or like this movement going?
Listen, it's all about the outreach right now and getting to people to get them to be less afraid of firearms. So I see that gun talk blowing up into something that's a household name, especially in our community, a household name, a name that when you hear that, you know that's associated with being safe, professional, doing things the right way, and skilled.
Right.
So I see us branching out, having our own facilities eventually in the future.
Okay.
To continue to educate and train people.
Dope. We did maybe a couple of months ago. You did a presentation, and I learned some things during that presentation. One of the things you mentioned, I think that was during the presentation, was that a lot of people think that like gun training is just guns, but it's actually more layers to that. It's like situational awareness.
Yes.
You had the forget it's sort of like a tier system. It was like
Yes.
red light, green light, or
Yes.
something like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Can you break that down a little bit, or sort of basically like if
Yeah.
someone's like thinks that if I come here, I'm just gonna be shooting guns all day.
Yeah.
What is like the real gist of like?
See, here's the thing. The firearm is a last resort. So you'll be surprised to know that we teach the firearm comes out as a last resort. And that's important because that's going to play big in the legal system if something should happen. The firearm has to be used as a last resort. So people think they're going to come and just learn to shoot, and just, no, we're not about just shoot, and things of that nature. We're about actually understanding how to shoot. Yes, being accurate as you can, as possible, training you so muscle memory kicks in. But we want you to be smart legally. Okay, so that's one of the big reasons.
Dope. And last two questions. Why do you think it's important? We talked about jujitsu, we talked about muscle memory and stuff like that.
Yes.
Some people think that if they get in a scuffle or get in a situation that they'll just be able to like handle themselves. And if you can, more power to you. But like the reality is there's a reason why you need training, because certain things happen biologically when you get into a real situation. So why do you think, what are some of those things, or what are, I guess, a couple of things you can pinpoint of why it's important to train so that if you get in a situation, you're prepared for it?
Yeah, see, it's very important to understand. First of all, when you're training, you want to train like you fight, right? So that's going to be important. Standing at shooting at a stagnant target, that's nothing. That's nothing. I mean, that's not real life.
Right.
Right. So we want to learn and train as close to real life as possible. Like today, for instance, we're doing a challenge on the range where you have your hands in the ice cold bucket of ice. Right? Because we know that in situations when stress arise, in those type of situations, God forbid you had to defend your life, well, you're not going to be calm. You're not going to be normal. Your adrenaline and endorphins are going to be flowing through your body. Right? All the blood's going to pull to your major organs of your body. What's going to go cold? The hands and your feet.
That's a
so
dope
now
technique.
We're going to put the hands in ice for 30 seconds, right? And then we're going to have you come out of there,
and
load your firearm, operate, and make the shot.
That's dope.
Bring you close to real life.
Right.
That's what's important, to get you the feel of real life. If you don't train, you think you would be good, but it's the opposite.
Right.
It's the exact opposite.
Right. I'm loving this, man. And I'll end with this. I'll end with sort of how can people like get in contact with you.
Yes.
But I just wanted to give you your flowers and say that, man, like in our community, in our tribe, yes, every community has like quote unquote leaders, like sort of like somebody that has a lot of pull or influence to get like, sort of like move the needle.
Yeah.
But I think it's also vital and important for our community, for the community to be leaders.
Yes.
Right? Because we know different things that have happened over history.
Yes.
We got one leader, they take the leader out. Now the people like sort of like shuffling to be like, who's the next leader?
Right.
But I think it's important that we realize that like we're a leader of our households.
Yes.
So like when people look at you, you may not be Julius Malema or like Barack. I'm just choosing name people now. Barack Obama.
Yes.
But that's irrelevant. We need leaders like you every day to be leaders of households and to create more leaders, so that you can't just take somebody out and then we starting from scratch, right? I think the spirit of, training and stuff like that has to be in all of us. So I wanted to give you your flowers and say thank you for protecting the community and creating leaders, man. And then last but not least, how can people sort of like get in contact with you or like start training or whatever?
Yes, definitely. You can go to our website, www.thatguntalk.com, to reach out to us on the website, have our trainings on there as well. So you can find us on there. Even how to join our gun club is on there as well. We're on Instagram, That Gun Talk, Facebook, that gun talk. So yeah, look us up, man. We're here for the community. We're here to just be family. It's important. Our tagline will always be "We're stronger together."
Simple as that, man.
Yes, sir.
Boom.
Boom.
Appreciate you, man. Dap you up. Boom. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right.
Yes, sir.
We got that. All right, yup, you can do your thing, man. I'm gonna break down, and then I'm gonna catch up with y'all. What time y'all starting? Oh no, you're doing a
Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah. We're gonna do right here in the center.
About how many minutes? No rush, but just
Should start at 11.
Okay, perfect.
Should start at 11.
I'm gonna charge up.
Yep.
Boom.